The opening round of DTM 2022 and a first ever visit for the series to Portimao. On pole position, a first time as well for the Grassa Racing team, Mirko Bortolotti and Lamborghini, alongside one of the 13 rookies in the championship, Michael Grenier, who had a great start, and in the Mercedes run by Team Windward, got his nose in front through turn 1 but was on the outside line as they took to turn 2, and when they got to turn 3, on the brakes, back down the inside of him came the pole sitter, Mirko Bortolotti, in only his third ever DTM race, having guested at Assen in 2021, where he finished on the podium. Still, they ran side by side on the run up a hill over the crest through turn 4, and just behind them, Lucas Auer was weaving around as well, with the second Lamborghini just behind in 4th place, run by Nicky Tim, making a good start up to 4th position. So Bortolotti just about holding on to the lead of the race, and then early on there was this exchange down at turn 5. Lucas Auer getting up the inside of the fellow Mercedes driver Michael Grenier. It was a sad start to the season and to the race though for Team Rosberg. Nico Muller out with damage and a puncture, and it was an early exit from the race for his teammate Dev Gore as well. After much promise during the pre-season tests and free practice sessions, it was a disappointing start, and after the pit stops, two champions came together. Maximilian Gutz, now with HRT, running side by side with the returning 3-time champion René Rast. After the pit stops, out came Mirko Bortolotti and was the net leader with a big advantage over Lucas Auer. Lucas looking for his 8th career victory in the DTM. Grenier held on to a net 3rd, and then coming out of the pits, Nicky Tim was 4th, but having had a good run through the pit stops on his outlap, down the inside of him at turn 3 went another of the quick Mercedes, Lucas Stoltz, from 8th on the grid. Then it all changed because Rolf Innerschen in the Grassa Lamborghini had a problem, stopped out at turn 1, and the safety car was deployed. Everybody bunched up. Mirko Bortolotti's big advantage cut. The car bogged down off the start with a problem. Chaos ensued behind, several cars making contact. Grenier dropped right back as a result of it, and also there was a big hit for the smoking Red Bull AF Corsa Ferrari, which had been running just inside the top 6 of Felipe Fraga. Lucas Auer in the lead of the race then, and Lucas Stoltz now up into 2nd position side by side as well in the battle for 3rd place, with Ricardo Feller's Audi going wheel to wheel with Maro Engel. But there won't be much left in terms of race distance for Felipe Fraga. Bits of his bodywork pulled off the circuit in what was a difficult restart for many. So Bortolotti was able to keep going again, but having dropped from 1st to 4th, he now had his work cut out to try just to get some silverware and get the car onto the podium. We were then treated to 10 minutes or so of spectacular wheel-to-wheel action between Maro Engel in the Mercedes and Mirko Bortolotti in the Lamborghini. He tried and tried again, and eventually, going into turn 1 at the start of the very last lap of the race, the Italian finally got his foot in the door and was committed to moving up the inside. Great braking, through he went and back into 3rd place. Maro Engel would then pick up a 5-second penalty for a pit stop infringement, which would drop him to 4th to 10th place. No problems though for Lucas Auer, picking up victory number 1 in round number 1 of DTM 2022. Lucas Stoltz coming home in a fine 2nd place in only his 3rd DTM start, and Mirko Bortolotti with his 2nd podium finish in his 3rd DTM race.
Thank you, Lucky. Thank you. It was a nice present at my home track.
So a message on the radio from Maurizio Moreira, the Portuguese race engineer of Lucas Auer. Celebrations for Lucas and the team at Team Windward to take the early championship lead. He was the victor, coming home in 2nd place with Stoltz, 3rd place with Bortolotti. From 17th on the grid, Kelvin van der Linde with a fine drive through to 4th place. Round number 2 coming up tomorrow.